I should say, so we have a new video to put up online. Frankie, if you kill the lights, please. Thank you so much. All right, so listen, here's the deal. We want to find x and y in the diagram. And what do these three angles all add up to right here, guys?
180.
180. You know that because they make a straight line, which is a half a circle. So if I add up 58 and 73, I get 131. That means the missing guy over there has to be 180 minus 131, which is 49. So this guy's 49. Now, another way we could do this, if this angle out here is 131, don't these two have to add up to 180 also?
Yeah.
So that's 49 as well. Notice the z and the inside corners of the z, they have to be equal. They're both 49. Well, since these are equal, because they're both 49 because the lines are parallel, isn't it true that these are going to both be 73?
Yeah.
And if this is 73 by vertical angles, that has to be 73. Okay? All right. Now, two different types of data. The first type of data is called qualitative. Listen very carefully. I'm pronouncing this with extra emphasis because it's really the main point behind today's lesson, what you're supposed to learn before you leave here. Qualitative data versus quantitative data. What's the difference in the way I pronounce that? Qualitative, quantitative. What do you see as a big difference there? Davis.
One has an N and one doesn't.
That's right. And the one that has an N, I want you to think of that as being about numbers. It's something you can measure. It's a quantity. Qualitative generally doesn't involve numbers. Now, it could involve numbers if I say, what's your favorite number? But that you're not measuring that. You're just giving your opinion, which is what qualitative is all about. So, for example, if I say, what's your favorite kind of music? That's very qualitative. Here on the East Coast with young kids, most kids would probably say rap. But you go anywhere else in the country, most kids would say country. So qualitative is a matter of opinion. It's not, one is not right or wrong. It is what it is. Quantitative is a quantity. It's a number value. Now that might be something like, how tall are you? How much do you weigh? What was your grade on your test? How many push-ups can you do in 30 seconds? What is your vertical leap? How many points did you get in today's game? Those are all quantitative data, okay? Now, the thing about quantitative data is there can be this thing called bias. Remember a minute ago, I'm sorry, quantitative data there cannot be bias. Qualitative there can be bias. Remember a minute ago I said, if you live here in metropolitan areas of the East Coast, areas like New York, Boston, Philly, Atlanta, and we said, what's your favorite kind of music? Most kids generally like either pop or rap, for the most part. I don't know if you ever did this or not, but if you got in your car and you drove past New York City and started heading south as you got below, say, Philadelphia, and you turn those music channels and you just scroll through the channels, you're going to hear country. You're going to hear preaching. You're going to hear talk radio. You're not going to hear rap very often. If you drive across the country, from the minute you hit Pennsylvania until the minute you hit California, you'll hear 10 times as much of that other stuff as you hear of rap. Now, it doesn't mean one's right or wrong, because there's bias built in. Imagine if I turn around and I say, I'm going to ask kids what their favorite type of music is, and I ask kids in New York City. What do you think they're going to say?
Hip-hop.
Hip-hop rap. What if I go instead to a farm out in Tennessee? They're going to say country. Now, what if I went to a sporting event? What if I went to a New York Knicks game and I said to the fans, I'm going to make a survey. I want to know, what is your favorite sport? What do you think is going to win?
Basketball.
Basketball. Where am I?
Basketball.
A basketball game. But here's an example where I don't have bias. What if I go to a supermarket any day of the week, like not next to the Super Bowl? If you're next to the Super Bowl, they're all shopping for the Super Bowl. But what if I just go to a supermarket on random days of the week for a month? I go 10 different days of the week for a month. And I ask people at a supermarket, would there be bias built in?
Yeah, no, because what if you're in the state,
I don't think there'd be bias built in, because do people who like basketball go shopping? What about hockey? What, they don't shop?
Wait, what their favorite? Oh, wait, no.
Right? What about people who don't like sports? Do they eat?
No.
Yeah. So everybody goes there and gets that particular thing done. The word bias, in fact, if you create a crime because of someone's skin color, it's called a bias crime. It's a crime based on, you just look at a person and you say, well, because they're black, or because they're white, or because they're Latin, or because they're Oriental, I'm going to commit a crime against them. It's called a bias crime. Bias means prejudice. At a basketball game, is there prejudice for who the favorite sport is? Absolutely, they're gonna choose basketball. Not everybody, but a lot of people will. What about at a hockey game?
Hockey.
Who do you think's gonna win there, guys? Do you think basketball's gonna win?
No.
I don't think so.
I think golf will.
There you go. So, bias has it built in. Now, the last thing we need to be able to do is keep a tally chart. I am reminded when my sons were young, my sons used to listen to this guy named Racky. And he would sing the song, hey, Mr. Pollymon, Polly me banana. Daylight come and me wanna go
We
home.
learned that in elementary and we.
There you go. I told you, when my kids were young, that's when they learned it. Now, what we're going to do is teach you how to do a tally chart. I'm going to take the number 73, and I'm going to put it in the right interval. 73 goes right in here, cross off the 73. What do I do next?
81.
81, I go right here. Check. 92. Check. 80. Now, the worst thing you can do here is get distracted. 108. 76. 84. 102. 58. 72. Now I want you to do the next row. Go ahead. Just the next row. Okay, just do the row, don't do all the numbers. Yes?
I just counted how many there are and just added them together. I didn't do tallies.
There's a really good chance you're gonna screw up if you do that. So I would strongly suggest not doing that. That's why they give you the tally box. Do you have to use it? No. Those who went before me strongly suggest. All right, so I gotta go 82, 170, 82, 170, 72, 95, 105, 72, 95, 105, 75, 84, 102, 75, 84, 102, 101, and 62. You'll notice every time I do a set of 5, I cross it sideways. Right, that's a group of 5 when you do this. And then the frequency, you just add them up. 1, 1, 6, 4, 2, 5. Okay? So that's all you needed to learn today, to be able to know the difference between qualitative and quantitative. What's the difference between qualitative data and quantitative data? You can't say what's your favorite number, but if it measures things, then that's quantitative in here. When's the relearn packet due? Very good. Do not botch that. 3 class buddies to use. Put your calculators back. Have you? Good man.